Las Vegas, Nevada. A fantasy world where what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. Instead, many stories take on a life of their own. Unbelievable tales of bizarre bets, sudden fortune, and fatal jackpots. For the next hour, join us on the ultimate thrill ride into the outrageous underbelly of Sin City.
I feel so lucky tonight.
Stories wild enough to be called Vegas urban legends.
Oh, why do you always have to copy me?
In Las Vegas, there's an urban legend waiting to happen around every corner.
Urban legends are stories about people winning big
Jackpot! Jackpot! I hit the jackpot! I hit the jackpot!
or losing big in Vegas.
23, you know that's over 21. That's a bust again.
And as time goes by, the stories grow in magnitude until you're not sure what is true and what is not. You have to take them with a grain of salt.
There's stories about hot tips.
There you go, hon.
Unusual wagers,
The bull!
and reckless heists.
Get over here!
No one really knows if the stories are true or just tall tales. But Vegas insiders know that when it comes to strange stories, all roads lead back to Sin City. According to this legend, all you need is a little change to pull you out of a gambling rut.
There was this one famous story about this vagrant, this bum, who was on Fremont Street begging for change.
The vagrant made no bones about why he needed the money. He was just another hard-luck gambler looking for a comeback. One day, a high roller on a hot street gave him a hand. 20 $5 hands, actually, in the form of a $100 chip.
Without hesitation, he took that $100 chip and went right into the casino.
It didn't take him long to buy himself a seat at the table. With a healthy dose of liquid courage at his side, the man settled in for the long haul. Money talks, so the gambler didn't have to. But his brown bag friend would still have to take a back seat.
Suffice it to say, when he sat down at the blackjack table, he looked quite out of place. The guy never said a word. He never opened his mouth.
A soft 14 didn't discourage a man used to being down on his luck.
Not only did he not say anything, not only did he win, but he won with the strangest strategy you ever saw. There was no rhyme or reason to his method of playing blackjack. He would split cards at will, hit on 17. He even hit on 20.
No matter how ridiculous the play, the vagrant always won.
His stack of chips kept growing larger and larger.
It was as if the man had no idea how to play.
Finally, he had a lot of the casino's money, and of course that brought the pit boss.
The casino was eager to keep him gambling. They wanted their money back.
Can I offer you a sweet to freshen up? Okay, why don't you follow me?
The first thing he did was make himself comfortable and take a nap.
The lavish suite had all the usual luxuries, including a fresh, crisp collection of newspapers.
Then he decided to clean himself up a little bit, clothes and all.
After drying himself off, the high roller decided to go on a shopping spree. Travel-sized bottles are key for a man on the move. He just had to make a few final stops before returning to the casino floor. It's always important to pack a nutritious lunch. You never know when you'll get a chance to stop and eat. Inspired by his extravagant surroundings, the man was determined to hit the town in style. After all, there's no need to be modest when you're a high roller. Every gentleman knows to take his hat off when there's a lady present, and a man of quality always tidies up after himself.
Do you want to bet all?
He was all in. The casino could now win its money back.
Luck.
Or could it? Amazingly, the man hit on a blackjack.
Sir, you sure you want to do that?
And still won.
That guy walked away from the casino with a fortune and was never heard from again.
Sometimes a little change can do a man good. In this legend, when Baby needs a new pair of shoes, one player undergoes hard labor to win them.
There's a famous story about a pregnant woman playing blackjack.
Anything goes in Las Vegas, so a pregnant player was not an unusual occurrence.
I feel so lucky tonight.
The woman wasn't a little bit pregnant. She was over 8 months pregnant and due any day.
All right. Kill him.
The woman sat at the table and played for quite some time. She hit a hot streak and was winning every hand. It was like she couldn't lose.
She approached the game with a leisurely patience, unique to someone accustomed to waiting 9 months for a big payoff. Every win was another deposit for the baby's college fund.
Great, mommy's winning, baby. Mommy's winning. All right.
Maybe it was all the excitement of winning, or maybe it was just her time. But in the middle of her hot streak, the woman started going into labor.
Woo!
A pit boss ran over and immediately offered to call paramedics.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I win. Okay.
The gambler continued to play as if nothing had happened.
High security. Yeah, this is Lou in the pit. I have a woman whose water just broke. I need you to call 911 right away.
Amazingly, the woman didn't want to be disturbed from her play. She basically ignored anyone who tried to help her. Even though she was in labor, she kept on playing and playing.
Going to great pains to win. The paramedics arrived to find the woman's contractions had subsided.
All right, hit me.
The only thing the player was pushing was her luck.
Did you call 911?
No, somebody called.
The paramedics arrived, all ready to take her away, but the woman was engrossed in her game.
No, the baby is not ready yet, okay? All right, I won, okay?
It wasn't her first baby, so she knew that she probably had several hours of labor, so she just kept playing.
One more.
The paramedics ended up sitting and waiting and watching her play.
As time passed,
All right, another one.
the baby's college fund shot up from state school to private university.
Finally, her labor had progressed too far, and the paramedics had to wheel her away.
The baby needs shoes.
When you're winning big, you can get kind of a gambler's adrenaline, and almost superhuman things can happen.
A winner's high kept the pregnant player in good spirits, in spite of the pain.
She even tipped the paramedics $100 each as they put her into the ambulance.
An urban legend with a pregnant pause that can only happen in Las Vegas.
The idea of random people having good luck is sometimes hard to swallow. So the idea of hot streaks or big wins often gets associated with bad luck or curses.
Sometimes one big win is enough to quit gambling forever.
There's a slot machine in Las Vegas, I'm not going to tell you where you don't want to hit jackpot.
According to the urban legend, it's just another machine promising instant fortune with the press of a button.
One day, a woman sat down at the slot machine and hit the jackpot.
I got a jackpot! Oh my God!
She got so excited, she started screaming, and suddenly she started having pains in her chest. She started moaning and screaming and clutching at her chest. Everyone thought she was just excited because she had hit the jackpot. She had a heart attack right there at that slot machine and died. A few months later, at the very same slot machine, a guy hit the jackpot.
No way! I won! Yeah! Awesome!
He checks into the high roller suite, ready to enjoy the good life, and he suffers an unfortunate accident. And not too long after that, sure enough, at the same slot machine, there's another winner.
Jackpot! I won the jackpot! Jackpot! I hit the jackpot! Oh, baby! Oh, yeah, I don't need to go to you. Whoa, I'm rich! Whoa!
Later that day, he leaves the casino with all his winnings and gets run over by a truck. Makes you wonder if there's any such thing as a curse or a jinx.
Coming up, high-rolling twins buck the system. And later, a Vegas vacation gets wild.
Hey, ladies.
On Vegas Urban Legends. In a town where money talks, the most infamous Vegas urban legends are about high rollers. Extravagant gamblers who will bet on anything. In this story, a twin rivalry ends in an unconventional double down.
Competition between gambling buddies can get pretty heated. Sometimes it becomes more important that you beat your buddy, not how much you win or lose. There's a story about two high rollers who are identical twins.
All right, we're here. Let's go. I'm the oldest. Let me out first.
Hold on, I'm the youngest and the smartest.
But I'm better looking.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
With a face like this, how can I not?
I still got off first, so.
I'm gonna win this guy.
Oh, please, like I said, I'm the youngest and the smartest.
Yeah, right. I'm the blackjack king.
Please, more like the blackjack queen when I get through with you.
The twins were always bickering.
Who's the king now?
They were arguing over who was taller, who was smarter, all kinds of bizarre things.
Oh, yeah. What you gonna do now? Loser, 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 loser.
There was one time when the twins really got into it.
Oh, why you always have to copy me?
I'm not copying you.
Oh, yeah, please.
Every hand they played, the twins would end up with the exact same amount of money.
I'm gonna school you this game.
We'll see.
If one got a face card,
Aha, you're the queen.
so would the other,
Aha, you're the queen too. Look,
which only intensified the competition.
We'll see about that.
Hand after hand,
Ah, you bust.
the twins' bankroll stayed exactly the same. It was impossible for one to beat the other.
Haha, you lost. You're a loser. So what?
I'm the winner of this game.
Their bankrolls would stay the same even if the twins bet different amounts.
Oh, you wanna play, huh? Take this.
What? You sure you want to do that?
If one twin bet twice as much as his brother, the second twin would end up doubling down.
Double down. Yes, 21. Now what?
Of course,
Yes. Oh,
Both twins then won.
You copied me again. Yeah, right.
They got bored playing blackjack because neither one of them could ever beat the other.
Game, I'm a winner.
Over dinner that night, the twins explained their predicament to the casino host.
Oh,
You know, guys, I have an idea. I have an idea. I think I can help you settle this.
Really?
You up for it?
The bull. You don't have a chance.
The casino host suggested that they make a bet over the bucking bull.
Remember, I rode a bull.
Whichever twin stayed on the longest would win all the others' money.
Each twin gave it his all.
Forward.
The second twin just had to beat the 5 seconds.
Forward, just forward.
Oh, it's gonna be close.
It turns out they both stayed on for exactly the same amount of time. 5 seconds. So the never-ending competition continued, probably for the rest of their lives.
In this tall tale, even the most airtight plans go stale.
In Vegas, no one's immune to the allure of winning a quick buck. And people will find all kinds of ways to get easy money, and not just from gambling.
Vince, why are we here? Oh, we just be patient, Jed. Trust me.
I am.
All right, here it comes.
Not all the heists in Las Vegas are ingenious and clever like you see in the movies. In fact, there was this one that's just absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Vince, why are we here?
The side of the van, Jed. Vegas chips. Casino chips, man.
Hey, you're a smart guy.
You know, there's got to be $100,000 worth of chips inside of there.
The men were prepared to gamble their futures on a promise of instant fortune. They hatched a simple plan to hold up the next delivery.
You and I tomorrow, we're gonna rob it.
They figure this truck is going to be an easy score for them, and they're going to walk away with millions of dollars.
We're gonna need a gun.
I got a gun.
Where'd you get a gun?
I know people.
That's a starter's pistol, man. And it's not even real.
So they're not gonna know that.
Geez, fine.
So they get the truck the next day. And it seems so simple. There's only one driver and no guard.
The next day, the driver set off on his delivery. He had no idea what lay in store for him.
Car problems? Yeah, my battery died. Can you give me a jump? Sure, no problem. Hate when that happens.
Get over here. Don't do anything stupid and you won't get hurt.
It's a starter pistol.
Oh, yeah? Well, I can still blow your head off.
That's not even real.
Open the van, wise guy.
Strangely, the driver didn't put up a fight. He just walked away.
Chips.
Holy moly! We're gonna be rich!
The heist had gone off without a hitch. Now it was time to add up the loot.
Hey, these aren't casino chips. What? They're potato chips.
Vegas Chips brand potato chips. About 3 dozen cases of Yukon Gold.
Not one casino chip in the whole van. I wasted 3 weeks of my life. I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. What?
Hey, this was your idea.
So the only chips they walk away with are sour cream and barbecue.
Working in the casino industry can be tough. It can make a person feel like they just can't win.
Casino employees are always surrounded by money. It can be hundreds of thousands of dollars a day.
It was just another night, slinging drinks to high rollers with the casino manager hovering nearby.
Good. Looks like you're having a good night.
Absolutely.
Good. Enjoy.
Thank you.
The gambler finished his drink, but then something unusual happened.
Here you go, hon.
He had a great night gambling, so he decided to tip the bartender with a $1,000 chip. The bartender was ecstatic. She had never gotten such a big tip.
At closing time, the bartender decided on a whim not to cash out her chip. bartender saw the big tip as a step in the right direction.
On the way out of the casino, she suddenly decided to bet her $1,000 chip on the Big Six.
All right.
The bartender had had a great night and was feeling especially lucky. She bet it all on the spot that paid 40 to 1.
It would take her a week's worth of tips to make back the money, but she couldn't resist the payoff. Hitting the jackpot would really turn her life around. Every local knows that when it comes to gambling, Lady Luck has a way of spinning out of control. And every once in a while, something slips by.
The bartender had turned $1,000 into $40,000. Immediately, a casino manager walked up and took the woman aside.
Can we just take a walk this way? My chip? It's fine. Karen, can you watch your chip for me? Sure. Thank you. Right over here. What's going on?
Maybe congratulations weren't in order.
What's up, Louise?
Rosa, what are you doing here?
I just won $40,000.
No, you didn't, Rosa. You didn't win anything.
What are you talking about?
Rosa, you're...
The manager explained in no uncertain terms that it was against the rules for any employee to gamble at the casino.
Come on, what if I quit?
Rosa, when you put that bet down, you were employed, were you not?
Oh, come on, Louise. Give me a break. Have a heart.
Rosa, you're lucky I'm letting you take that chip home on the house.
Come on, this is so silly. I'm here 24 years, Louise.
Rosa, no.
Even after 24 years, it still doesn't pay to break the rules. Coming up, college boys do it for the first time.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to meeting you, ma'am.
And later, a man gets all fired up on Vegas Urban Legends.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Cindy.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Jan. I'm Marsha. I'm Rachel. Hi, I'm Monica. I'm Phoebe.
Hi, Phoebe.
I'm Carrie. I'm Charlotte. Miranda. I'm Samantha. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Zena.
Zena?
Yes, Zena. I'm Lucy. This is my friend Ethel. Hi, my name's Louise. Call me Weezy. Hi, I'm Ginger.
Ginger, I'm Cliff, and this is my buddy Norm.
Hey.
Gambling urban legends are often cautionary tales, but with a uniquely Vegas spin. This tale warns that it doesn't pay if you don't play.
Las Vegas isn't a town you want to come to if you have trouble parting with your money.
There's nothing harder than dragging a devoted gambler away from her game.
Are you hungry?
No.
Because if we make it to the buffet before 4, we can save a couple bucks.
What, $2?
3.
Come on, sweetie, just give me 10 minutes, okay? I promise.
He was, to put it bluntly, a cheapskate.
What am I going to do for 10 minutes?
Baby, we're in Las Vegas. Go gamble.
I don't gamble.
10 minutes.
I'll be right over there.
Okay.
His wife encouraged him to go play the slots, even though it wasn't in his nature. He sat down at a progressive slot machine.
1 coin would mean a small win. Risking 2 could mean hitting the jackpot.
He thought about it, and he thought about it. I mean, this guy was so cheap, he couldn't even think about putting any of his money in that slot machine. Finally, he dropped 1 single coin into the slot machine. And even that unnerved him. He pushed the button, wheels started turning, and one by one, it came up jackpot.
Oh! Oh! Yeah! Oh, yes!
You won the jackpot?
She couldn't believe they were going to be multi-millionaires.
Oh my God!
And then suddenly, it hit her.
How many coins did you put in there?
Just 1.
Just 1? You didn't put in just 2? So instead of winning this much, we only won $800?
All of it.
Because you only put in 1 coin!
Only on a Vegas slot machine does playing it safe mean always playing the maximum bet.
Las Vegas generates so many urban legends because of all of the things that go on there. And it's bigger than life as a city, and people want to have bigger than life stories as well. In Vegas, if you're a high roller, you can reserve your own private table to play. That means that you can sit there alone or with your best friends and no one's gonna bother you.
In this legend, rookie gamblers have reservations about betting more than they can afford.
There's a story about a group of college guys on their first trip to Vegas. None of them had been to Vegas before, but boys being boys,
Vegas, baby!
They were eager to show off that cool Las Vegas image. The boys walk through the casino and they're ready to hit the blackjack tables.
You want some honeys?
You want some honeys like them right over here?
Hey girls, how you?
But every table they pass seems to be too full to accommodate all of them.
All the tables are full.
Finally, they notice a table that is completely empty. They walk up to the table, they're ready to play, but the dealer tells them that table's reserved.
They're told that they can only reserve a table by convincing the casino manager. Being enterprising young men, they decide to call the casino manager and work their charms on her.
Hello. Hey, Lynn, this is Scott Kelly in room 127. I'm wanting to...
Hey, Puma, make sure she knows we're in the penthouse.
All right, guys. My boys have...
The boys seem like amateurs, and she doesn't believe that they're real high rollers.
Well, you know, my father, Mr. Kelly...
Then one of the boys mentions his father's last name.
...me how to handle you people.
The same last name as one of their high rollers.
Do you have a credit line?
No, I don't, Lynn, but I do have a lot of cash to spend. What do you think, guys? What are we going to spend tonight?
20. At least 20.
We're going to probably start with 20 and go from there.
Okay.
Well, thank you, and I look forward to meeting you, ma'am.
I'll see you in a little while.
In the casino business, when someone says they've got 20, they mean 20,000. So the manager takes a chance. This may be the son of a high roller.
Dressed in their slickest duds, the boys are revved up and ready to party.
You must be Mr. Kelly's son.
The boys each start with $5 bets. They were only planning to bet a maximum of $20, not $20,000. They are obviously not high rollers, and they have no business at a reserve table.
Are you Mr. Kurt Kelly's son from L.A.?
Kurt Kelly? No, Howard Kelly from Jacksonville Beach, Florida.
Jacksonville.
FLA.
The boys burn through the manager's patience faster than they spent their 20 bucks. In Las Vegas, name dropping may get you in the door.
Vegas, baby!
But you still have to pay the price of admission. Coming up, the dirty business of high-stakes gambling. And later, a blackjack dealer gets a leg up. When Vegas Urban Legends continues.
Vegas Urban Legends are stories that are almost all rooted in the truth somewhere. But they've morphed a little bit, and they've grown a little bit, and, you know, with each retelling, they just get to be a little bit better story.
In this legend, a high roller wrestles with extending his trip.
When a whale is in a casino, the casino's host's job is to keep them there, to keep them happy, and more importantly, to keep them gambling money.
No, it's just not happening here. Well, the food.
There's a running story about a casino host that looked a lot like Jay Leno, and his whale looked like Nicolas Cage. And they were kind of celebrities in the casino.
Cigars.
Now, you told me you were going to quit smoking.
The gambler was notorious for his constant complaining. The host was hard-pressed to keep him entertained.
What's it going to take for me to keep you here?
Seriously, I'm just going to go home.
One night, this casino host is trying to keep this whale gambling, but the guy's bored. He just wants to go home. So now the host comes up with a crazy bet just to keep this whale interested.
Wait a minute, I got an idea. You know the mud wrestling contest we have here every night?
Yes.
You're going to pick a girl, and I'm going to pick a girl. If your girl wins, you're on a jet plane back home. If my girl wins, you stay here and gamble. Deal?
Each of them would pick two ladies and let them wrestle each other. So if the host girl won, the high roller would stay and gamble. If the high roller's lady won, he got to go home. Girls mud wrestling is obviously much more sexy and exciting than watching two guys go at it, so the crowd was getting into this wrestling match.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
welcome the lovely Bunny.
With the fate of the High Rollers trip on the line, the two women got ready to wrestle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, wrestle!
The two competitors weren't professional wrestlers. Still, each girl was too tough to let herself be pushed into the mud. They went at it with gusto. One finally gave in.
1, 2, 3, we have a winner's money!
The casino's host lady had pinned the High Rollers girl. And the next thing you know, the host has the blackjack player right back at the table buying in for a big wad of money.
Here, take a seat right here, baby. All right, there you go. All right, take care of this man. Hey, Johnny.
One $10,000 bundle at a time.
Come on now, you're beginning to insult me now. Who takes care of you when you're in town now?
The High Roller made good on his bet.
Come on, come on. There you go. There you go.
Gambling on whether or not to gamble, a sign of just how far casinos will go to get their man. In this story, a gambler gets burned by his own bad attitude.
There was a player who was gambling smoking a big fat stogie.
A fitting accessory for a man full of hot air.
Here we go, partner. He would torture everyone, blowing his obnoxious cigar smoke everywhere. And like a lot of Vegas couples, he would gamble while his girlfriend would sit and watch.
The cigar smoke was a foul echo of the man's loudmouth fuming.
23, you know that's over 21. That's a bust again. That's like 3 or 4 times in a row.
The guy was on a big losing streak. He couldn't win a hand, but he refused to leave the table. While her boyfriend played,
"Hit me there, Mr. Ray."
The woman sat there and got more and more drunk.
Oh, I had 19.
Hand after losing hand, she swallowed all of her complaints, hoping he would just burn up his bankroll and leave. But it just wasn't in the cards.
Hallelujah, praise the Lord. I won me a hand.
After a while, the girlfriend got pretty drunk and bored. And she started arguing with her boyfriend because she wanted to leave.
I wanna go.
I can't have you bringing me. I got to go. That's enough. I got to go. I got to win. I can't have this no more. I can't have it anymore. I've had enough. I'll put you on the next plane right out of here. I'm telling you, I'll put you right on out of here.
The couple argued for a while, back and forth.
I need a new pair of shoes.
Finally, the couple settled down and the man went back to his game.
I tell you what, I'll get you that dress you wanted. I'll get that dress for you tomorrow.
The designer peace offering bought the man a temporary ceasefire, but his battles had just begun.
Smell something.
Then things got really heated.
Smell something.
His girlfriend wasn't the only one inflamed by his bad behavior.
Oh, what the heck? Somebody give me a towel! Somebody give me a towel!
The man's luck had finally burned up.
Somebody give me a towel!
Coming up, a dealer learns some new tricks. And later, high rollers lose their way.
Let's take a cab, Gracie.
When Vegas Urban Legends continues.
I hit the jackpot! Oh, awesome!
Most Las Vegas urban legends convey a moral, and sometimes these stories are like cautionary tales.
In this urban legend, a dealer decides to raise the stakes of his casino employment.
There have been countless ways that dealers have tried to cheat the house, and one day this dealer stumbles on a relatively unique way of learning how to cheat the house.
As the story goes, a dealer unwittingly hits a jackpot of his own. A $100 chip that must have accidentally fallen into his boot. The dealer had stumbled upon an easy scam. It just needed some upgrades to make it a sure bet.
So now he concocts this device that allows him to pick up chips off the table, tuck them into his waistband, and they'll slide all the way down to the bottom of his boot.
an unusual contraption that gave him a leg up on his nightly wages. The casino magician wasn't the only one who had a sleight of hand.
So he tries it out the next day, and at the right time he palms a chip, sticks it into his pants, and it slips down into his boot. So he tries this a couple times.
With the casino shift manager none the wiser.
Now everything's working out great. This contraption is a miracle. He's making lots and lots of money, and everything's going perfectly until he gets tapped out.
As the dealer finished up his shift, a costly misstep.
It's up. I'm all right. I'm all right.
That really trips up his virtually foolproof plan. And suddenly, the last place this dealer wanted to be was in his own shoes. In this story, gamblers really immerse themselves in their favorite activity. Gamblers of all ages can't resist the lure of a slot machine. From the minute they arrive in their hotel room, they are relieved of all urges to do anything but gamble.
Players will wander the floor for hours in hopes of hitting that lucky slot machine. There's no particular rhyme or reason for selecting a slot machine, and just because it hits once doesn't mean it's going to hit again.
Still, the obsessed players struggle on, sliding their cards into machine after machine after machine.
Slot machine addicts will resort to some pretty bizarre tactics to stay on their machine.
Once they find a slot they like, they will mark their territory, unwilling to leave for fear of losing their lucky machine.
You'll see the same player at the same machine for hours and hours and hours.
With every spin, they hope to pull down a fortune. For a true slot machine addict, there's nothing like the thrill of a long-awaited payout. It's what keeps them glued to the game.
After a while, you might wonder, how do they manage to stay there without moving? You can ignore being tired or hungry. You could bring your own drink. But there's one thing that happens after several hours that you can't ignore or play through.
According to legend, when Mother Nature lays siege, determined gamblers of all ages will refuse to abandon their lucky machines. The players will actually suit up in adult diapers before they hit the casino floor, prepared to hunker down at a machine as soon as they hit a hot streak. Some people find it reassuring to bring along something they can depend on, especially if it can keep them totally absorbed in the game. Coming up, players call a foul.
Man, that is nasty, but I'll take the heartache, though.
And later, the ups and downs of a Vegas vacation.
So push the button. Please push the button. Push the button.
When Vegas Urban Legends continues.
All right, another one?
Urban legends in Vegas usually start with a true story, something that happened in a casino. But by the time it reaches the rest of the country, it is snowballed and snowballed until it has become a story bigger than life itself.
But what makes them so believable is how even the most bizarre behavior can ring true when it's happening in Las Vegas.
People can get obsessed when they get in a gambling state of mind. People can stay at the tables and not get distracted by anything.
In this legend, a man swallows his pride over his wife's beginner's luck.
A man was at the slot machines and his wife wanted to try something new.
As the story goes, a woman found her romantic Vegas weekend usurped by a machine. Bored with the slots, she decided to hit the table games.
All right.
So she chose an empty craps table, hoping the dealers would show her the ropes. She just wanted to learn the basics. Nothing too complicated.
Sounds easy enough.
What started with a single $10 bet quickly turned into an incredible run of beginner's luck.
Yes!
Her husband was shocked. The soccer mom was now a tough-talking gambler.
Honey, you're doing good.
Not now, honey. I'm in the middle of a roll.
She was a shark. She had the lingo down, and she was placing bets all over the table.
Chris, my hard ways. 50 for the boys on a hard 8. Thank you. Nothing working on the rollout.
Are those hundreds?
Now it was the wife's turn to ignore her stunned husband.
The man stepped back and watched his wife play.
Yes.
His wife's sudden skill was definitely disorienting.
Come on, let's go.
Watching her play was better than watching a gambling tournament on television. He was mesmerized. The newly hardened gambler barely reacted. After all, a measly dollar bet was the most she could squeeze out of him. The man finally put his money where his mouth was.
Hard 8, it's a bet.
Man, that is nasty, but I'll take the hard 8 though.
In this legend, average tourists achieve high roller status in 45 seconds flat. According to legend, a couple was visiting Vegas for the very first time. They spent a nice afternoon gambling at the slot machines with the affection of a couple that had been married for over 50 years.
Here we win the castle. Push the button.
I can spin the reels.
Not until you push the button.
Says spin the reels. I want to see the
Gracie,
reels.
will you push the button, please? Push the button. Push the button. Now you hit the spin the wheels. Spin the wheels. Spin the wheels. All right, now. Do it again.
After gambling, they stopped for a quick bite.
Look, Gracie, cherry pie.
Milton, you know you shouldn't have cherry pie. It stains your dentures.
After lunch, they decided to try out the latest in Vegas transportation. They'd heard the fancy new monorail was now up and running.
No, that's not it. No, it's this way. I'm telling you, that's not.
Milty, I think it's this way.
No, it's not.
What a day. Oh, we had fun, though, huh?
Honey,
Huh?
I just don't think this is the monorail.
Sure it is. They just worry about everybody. This is for safety.
Just doesn't feel right.
Just relax.
They had made a wrong turn. Their Vegas trip was about to take on a new twist. This definitely wasn't the monorail. An innocent ride home was taking a turn for the worse. The couple had taken their Vegas vacation to new heights. Who says there's no going back?
After 45 heart-stopping seconds, the couple made it off the ride. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Let's take a cab, Gracie. I'm tired.
In Vegas, there's more than one way to become a high roller.
I hit the jackpot!
Las Vegas urban legends are about things that are bigger than life. About occurrences that may or may not have ever happened. But they're fun to tell.
Oh!